But the long winter we had, we all want to spend every second. It's nice hanging out in the backyard. That's why your deck needs to be in good shape. Outdoor design expert Carson Arthur here this morning with tips, advice. You said, Ted, we're talking about technology. New technology in decking.
Well, it's true because decks have never been so important as they are today. Well, we now have new studies coming out. So Century 21 Canada just released some reports saying you can actually increase the value of your home by up to 10% if you have a good deck in the backyard, which is huge.
No kidding.
10%, that's a big number, especially on the average house in Canada is $300,000. That's $30,000.
Just by the deck.
Because it's usable space. And then we also had Remodeling Magazine did a North American study saying decks have now become in the top 3 for best return on investment.
Wow.
So you get more money back from putting in a deck than you do for putting in a kitchen.
That blows my mind. I
we
did
love
not know
that. It's fantastic. But the truth is you have to take care of it.
Of course.
So, and what I'm going to show everybody today is some of the new technologies of taking care of their deck. I know we're coming into Canada today and we've got Stampede happening and there's a lot of activity in the backyard because, as you said, it's been a horrible winter.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. Let's talk about some of the new technologies.
Sure.
Now, most of the deck products that we use today are either for cedar or for pressure treated. And that's pretty common. So we've got pressure treated, you've got your green deck, cedar. Most people are familiar with the look of those woods. What they don't understand is those woods react very differently to different products.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to be careful about the types of products that you use. Now, whenever anybody asks me about what kind of stains that I like to use on a deck, I always say go with a semi-transparent, something that's going to penetrate into the wood. Now, this is a perfect example. This is 2 different woods here. We've got cedar and we've got pressure treated.
Yes.
And we have a semi-transparent stain that soaks into the wood. It still shows the grain of the wood. But
Is that what the semi-transparent stands for?
It is.
Okay.
It actually, it's clear, so it soaks in, but it shows what's happening below. So you don't lose the graining, which is so beautiful on the wood.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it highlights all the best features, but takes away all the bad features. Takes away the grain, or maybe the graying out, or the molds, any of the bad stuff. What you're also starting to see coming into the marketplace now is a new product called Deck Over. You're seeing these types of solid hide stains that go right over the top of the wood.
Oh, wow.
So let's say you have an old deck in your backyard right now.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of what happens with Deck Over. Deck Over is a solid hide stain. It's by Behr, and it's available at Home Depot.
It looks like it has a texture to it.
It does. What we now know is wood decks, after they come out of spring, get very slippery, right? Until the sun starts beating down on them, they get very slick, and a lot of people have been having injuries falling on decks.
Oh, makes sense.
Especially when they're trying to shovel the snow off wood, it's bad. So this new Deck Over product has the primer built in, so it sticks a lot better. It won't peel off in the summer sun, but at the same time, it's got a flocking. Now, the flocking adds texture. What's also really cool about this new product is it comes in so many different shades.
It's not just a brown.
It's not brown. I mean, you can pick any color you want for your deck, which is fantastic.
There's reds, there's yellows,
blues, greens, you name it. It's not
cool.
just the traditional colors anymore. If you have a green pressure-treated wood and you want to kind of get away from that green look, what a great opportunity to really change it up and add something different to it and coat it completely. Now, the other thing I want to point out is the difference between the 2 stains that I showed you is how it's installed. Okay, semi-transparent stains you have to do with a brush.
Okay.
To get the even stroke. You can't roll it on because you're going to get blotching and bubbling. However, with the solid hide stains, you do want to use a roller.
You can just roll it like you're painting your wall.
Exactly,
Okay.
and that's going to make a big difference for you. Final thing, composite woods. Composites are so big right now, and we have products like Trex and Veranda Deck coming out with these great textured and colored composite woods.
These are
you can
some
see
examples here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is not wood.
It looks just like a wood.
But it's not. And that's the key. If you love wood, this is not for you. But if you want a deck that's going to last 25 years, that's going to hold its value longer than almost anything you can put in your home, this is for you.
Really?
And it requires no effort and no maintenance, and that's the key.
I have a question for you. If I'm not using wood to build my deck, and I like to do it myself, do I cut it the same way, same saws and all that stuff?
Same installation. You have to be a little bit aware that these types of wood or composites usually attach from the sides, so you're not screwing down. So you need to have access underneath. You need to be able to do the clipping properly so that you hide the screws. The other thing you need to be aware of with the composite decks, they are more expensive. Now, I've been telling homeowners, if you're not going to be in your home for more than 5 or 6 years, don't go with the composite because you're not going to see the return on investment until after that 5 or 6 year window. Go with the woods. It's a better investment.
Interesting stuff. Okay, now we have more stuff coming up around the corner. You said it's also technology you're doing with pots, pillows?
Yeah. It's amazing what's happening in the outdoor world. More and more people are spending money, and they want good quality. And because more money is being spent, more technology is coming in, and we're going to show everybody some cool stuff coming up.
There you go. That's around the corner. You're watching BT This Morning on City.